Hello, hi, it's Liz here, and today I want to use some bits of wallpaper to make these little storage wallets. I'm really pleased with how these have turned out. So I have made two already, and yeah, what do you think? Really happy with them. Because it's wallpaper, it's kind of not fabricy, but it kind of acts like fabric. They keep nice and sturdy but soft, if you know what I mean. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how I made my storage wallets. So I've got my pieces cut here. This is the piece of wallpaper I'm going to use. I will just give you some measurements. So that's 12 inches, let's see, probably about 14.5 inches long and 5.5 inches wide for the main piece of wallpaper. And then you just decide how far you want your wallet to be, how long you want it to be, and fold it up. I folded mine up at nearly 5 inches, 4 3/4 really, and then that leaves the top bit folded down of 2 3/4 inches. Because we want to put a window in the front so that you can see what's in the wallet. So to do that, I have used, you also need some acetate or plastic packaging. I hope you can see that. That's going to go inside the window, and you'll need either dies. I have used these dies. Rectangular dies, or you can just use a knife or carefully your scissors and cut out your window. So the window needs to be the smaller size so that the acetate has been cut from the next size up, so that we have a little border to attach it on. So yeah, let me just tell you what size my window is. My window is going to be 3 inches by just less than 2.5 inches. Yeah. So from this piece here, just that one side, I'm going to go to my die cut machine and cut out my window. Okay, that's the window cut out. We've got a nice little piece for something else. Right, so we have the window here, and we want to get the piece of acetate which has been cut out using this die, which is 3 3 3/4. Yeah, 3 3/4 inches by smidgen short of 3 inches. Why would that be? Yeah, smidgen short of 3 and 3 3/4. Yeah, looked like it was a different dimensions to that. Right, so we've got our piece of acetate, and this goes on the back. So you can see why that one's needed to be slightly bigger. So we'll just use a little bit of glue and just go round the edge. Not too near the edge, or it'll smoosh out onto the front, and we don't really want that especially. But we've got quite a big border. There we are. So that's the double glazing done. Good. So to finish that off and make it a little bit fancier, I have used my scallop die. So I cut the white card with the scallop, and then I cut out the middle with the smaller rectangle. Again, if you don't have the dies, then you could use fancy scissors and then use a knife or scissors to cut out the middle. I suppose there's always a way around if you don't have the bits. Or you don't need to put anything round if you fancy just leaving it plain. And again, we're just going to go round the edge there, not too near the edge, so that we don't smoosh out. That's us. I'm still keeping this upside down. I think there's just a tiny amount left. And then that should just fit on there. Exactly, because it was cut with the same die. That's us. There we are. Okay, I just need to get a little bit of a bone folder going here. So to add a little bit of sturdiness to the floppy wallpaper, because although it's really material-like and it's nice and strong, it is sort of too floppy. So I'm going to line it with some book page. So we don't especially need to line everything, which is why I didn't do it all of it right at the beginning, because we don't need to line here. So we will line it just, and we can decide whether we want to patchwork it or whether we want to. So that could go there. Maybe. But do I want a little white border, or do I want to double it? No, I think I'm okay, because the white border doesn't start till there, and I can put a bit across there. So that's fine. So let's just put that whole piece on. And I'm just going to use my Pritt stick, my glue stick for this. I'm going to take it to the machine and stitch round the edge, so I don't need to make sure that it's glued on terribly well at the edges. So we'll just put enough on for it to hold. Right, and I'm just going to go up to the window. And I want to make sure that that lightens straight through my window. Yep, that's okay. And we'll just get the bone folder and refold this. And where is my fold here? It's about there. That's it. Looks about there. Right, so we'll finish off doing this bit. So I want to go to the edge here with this one. that little bit off. And before we stick, let's just make sure that, yep, everything's fine. Wonder if I should take all that off. I like it, but I think it's maybe going to, it's not going to be seen in this anyway. Right. That's us. Okay, move these pieces out the way now. Right, let's see if we can find our fold. There's our fold there. Good. And I don't mind that there's a little bit of edge there. I think it just adds to the look, I think. Right, so our next step is to stitch around. I think, yes, let's go stitch. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. That's the stitching done. I've used white thread, so you can't really see, but you can maybe see the zigzag. I used a zigzag for the actual pocket and a nice little straight stitch round the flap there, which you can see on the inside maybe better. So yeah, so let's do some inking around the edges. For this one I used some blue ink, and this one I used some yellow ink. So I'm going to put grey on this one, and it's VersaFine Clear Morning Mist I'm using. My grey distress ink is no more. It's given up the ghost. But any ink really will go around the edges. Just a little tiny bit, just to take away from some of the overlaps, and it just adds a sort of definition, I suppose. Oh, I was nearly starting to sing. You don't want to be hearing me sing. There we are. Yeah. That grunges this one up slightly more than the others, I think. The grey. Right, so now we need to decide what we're going to put here. So what I've done is for each item, the pack that's in the wallet, I've just used one so that I can see what's in each one, because I've decorated a box to keep these in, which I'll show you once we've finished this. So in this one, I'm going to keep these milk bottle tops, and if there's space, oh, I don't know that there'll be space, and I don't know that I want to mix it with my dials. I think I'll just leave that. There's a rogue dial. Let's see. Let's pick one for the Miller's Dairy. Miller is my maiden name. I need to keep that one, Miller's Dairy. There isn't a grey one anyway, and I think the other ones are too small. I do quite like that blue one, it caught my eye. What's this one like? That's quite a nice one. It's Big Decisions. I quite like that one. Moscow, PA, that'll be Pennsylvania, won't it? There's a Moscow in Scotland as well. I think we'll use this one. Oh, I like that one though. I think this one's quite bold. New Jersey. Well, we'll pick that one because I've been to New Jersey. Right, and I've got my little label here with number 3 on it. So I've got 1, 2 and 3, and I think I might make a couple more of these. I've got quite a lot of wallpaper now. I was very lucky after years and years of trying all these little designer shops to get samples of these big books that you get. Eventually I struck lucky. So I do have quite a lot of wallpaper now. Yeah, I quite like that. Okay. Yeah, she gave me, I was like, oh, I wonder if the shop was empty. It's just a tiny wee shop. These shops tend to be small. And I was wondering if you ever give away or sell off cheap your wallpaper samples or your fabric books. And she says, well, as a matter of fact, she says, I do have quite a pile ready to go. And we're just going to dump them. She was, I don't know if these are stickers. I don't think they are. And she was telling me that the local schools used to take them. But since COVID, the school's not allowed to take anything in, which is a shame. But anyway, their loss. So we come out the wee shop, and it's in a row of shops that are underneath tenement buildings. Like tenement buildings in Glasgow are like flats, apartments, big red sandstone tenement buildings. And she took me up. We came out the shop, and then it was the door into the apartments, the close door we call it, the close, which is the corridor into the flats. And then at the end of this corridor, at the end of the close, there was a door, and she had a huge big key. And I'm thinking this door used to be either the coal bunker, when everyone had coal fires, or these tenement flats used to have outside toilets. They didn't have toilets inside. Years ago I'm talking, not now. And I don't know whether this place, this cubby hole that she took me into was... Now wait a minute, how did that happen? I don't have enough for my closed... I need to fold that down a wee bit. Oh, that's it. It was just been folded in the wrong place. That's okay. Oh, panic there. Nearly a panic. Too busy blethering. We'll just fold it there. And she took me in there. And it was... You couldn't even get inside it. It was piled high with these... That's fine. It was piled high. So... Velcro dots, stick-on dots, and Oh my goodness, you couldn't even have looked through them. And it was really quite dark. And so I just took the top two. But when I got home, oh my goodness, they are absolutely gorgeous. And she said I could go back anytime. I haven't been back since. That was about 6 months ago. Right, so I'm sticking the male and female together, and then I want to put that about the middle there. That's the thing about the wallpaper, it doesn't really keep its folds very well. Yeah. So yeah, so now I know where to go to get wallpaper. And so I got one wallpaper one and one fabric one. Oh my goodness, absolutely gorgeous. Right, I think that's that. So you need to leave these apparently for 24 hours. 10 minutes, 24 hours. I don't know what that means. But if they come loose, you can just dab a wee bit of glue on them. But I wouldn't press them too hard until it's really taken hold. But anyway, yeah, I'm happy with that. What do you think? So, I got this box from this new shop in Glasgow, Sauce Strain Green. I've bought a few things from this little shop, and so this was £4. But it's a sturdy wee box. Now, it was all just that colour inside. I'll need to stick down that washi, it keeps coming up. It was all that colour inside, and I've used some of the wallpaper. The wallpaper that I used for that one that we just made. Covered it, and then I just added washi along the edge and folded it over, and then along the bottom. Yeah, but I will need to go round it with glue, I think, for sure. Haven't done anything to the inside yet. I don't know whether I'll maybe paint it. I don't know. But how gorgeous does this look? Look at that. I hope you can see how good that looks. Can you see? I'll put a photograph on at the end. But yeah, so 1, 2, 3. Probably get room for probably 4 more. I don't want to make them really tight, but it can be all my Tim Holtz things. I don't have a huge amount. I should make one for my dials, and then I've got like the mixed ephemera things. I'll make one for that, and that keeps all the Tim Holtzy bits together, and then you can see right away what's inside each one. Or if you didn't want to use it for that and you wanted to use it in a journal, just make them a bit smaller, depending on what size your journal is, and you could keep bits of ephemera or a wee notebook in. It could actually be a journal holder, I was thinking as well. You could make a wee journal for inside, and that would be a nice gift. So yeah, happy with them. Okay, so thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.